Welcome. Today I'm diving into a bike that left a lasting impression on me. It was my very first motorcycle, the one that made me fall in love with dual sport and ADV riding, and it completely changed my life. That bike is the Honda CRF 250L. Whether you're curious about this bike or considering picking one up, stick around. I'll break down what makes it so special, where it falls short, and why it's such a memorable part of my riding journey. I'll also share why I believe it's easily one of the best beginner dual sports available if you're on a budget. My fascination with dual sports started when I was about 10 years old. I remember sitting at a red light on the school bus and seeing a green KLR 650 stop beside me. The idea of a street-legal dirt bike immediately caught my eye. Even at that age, I realized the dual sport was the best of both worlds. Fast forward to my early 20s, I was spending a lot of time canoeing, hiking, and camping on Crown land. I loved exploring remote areas and figured a dual sport would be the perfect vehicle for these types of adventures. It's a street-legal dirt bike that could carry me and my gear wherever I wanted to go. The only problem? I knew absolutely nothing about motorcycles, let alone how to ride one. Thankfully, a family friend and experienced dual sport rider, Frank, pointed me in the right direction. He told me to look into the Honda CRF 250L. A few weeks later, I found a like-new 2014 model, and just like that, I was the proud owner of my first bike. Getting started was a mix of excitement and nerves. Learning to ride on the Honda felt approachable and forgiving, which is exactly what I needed at the time. It was solid and confidence-inspiring. I picked the 250L because I needed something lightweight, affordable, and capable of handling both trails and road riding. The first thing that stood out to me was how approachable it was. The seat height is manageable, even for shorter riders, and at around 320 pounds wet, it's easy to maneuver and pick up. It's not the fastest bike, but I loved how it looked, sharp and modern. When I fired it up for the first time, the engine felt silky smooth and predictable. The 6-speed transmission is also quite good, making it a joy to ride both on and off-road. Right off the bat, I noticed how easy it was to transition between road and trail riding. The 250L really feels like it's designed for versatility, and as someone just getting into motorcycling, that was huge as I didn't quite know how I would ride it. Compared to the DRZ 400 I own now, the 250L feels a lot more planted thanks to its lower center of gravity. Now this is where the 250L really shines. As someone who was completely new to motorcycles, I needed a bike that wouldn't require much maintenance and wouldn't leave me stranded in the woods. I also didn't have the money to pay someone to fix my bike. Honda's reputation for reliability was a big selling point, and the 250L didn't disappoint. Compared to other bikes I've owned, like the DRZ 400 and KLR 650, the Honda required far less tinkering. It's virtually bulletproof. Even when I did need to perform maintenance, the bike was straightforward to work on, thanks to high-quality hardware and its simple design. Another big advantage of the 250L was its fuel injection. I never had to deal with the hassle of a carburetor, which made a huge difference, especially when riding in colder weather. I often ride in near freezing temperatures, and the 250L always performed flawlessly. I wish I could say the same for my carbureted bikes. They're definitely more temperamental in those conditions. Of course, no bike is perfect, and the CRF 250L has its limitations. First, the suspension. While it feels solid, it bottoms out pretty easily, especially the rear shock. For ADV-style rides, it's fine, but if you're pushing it off-road, you'll quickly notice its limits. The other main drawback is power. The 250cc engine is smooth and reliable, but it's definitely lacking torque, especially for tasks like riding in the sand, tackling steep hill climbs, or carrying gear. That said, the 6-speed gearbox helps make up for this on the road, and for a beginner, the low power can actually be an advantage. It keeps you out of trouble while you're learning. It will reach highway speeds, but that's it. It struggles to pass cars at higher speeds. Just don't buy the 250L expecting a plated dirt bike. It's a true dual sport, a 50-50 machine. Over time, I made a few key modifications to make the 250L better suited for my adventures. Adding handguards, a skid plate, and radiator guard were some of the first upgrades I made. These simple changes made a big difference in protecting the bike and boosting my confidence on the trails. I also added a rear luggage rack and upgraded the tires for better off-road grip. These small changes turned the bike into a lightweight ADV machine that could handle anything I threw at it. If you're thinking about getting a 250L, I'd recommend budgeting a little extra for these kinds of upgrades. They're worth every penny. So what's my final take on the 250L? It's an excellent choice for anyone looking for a reliable, versatile, and affordable dual sport. This is also a great bike for someone a bit smaller. Out of all the bikes I've owned so far, I felt like it was the most refined and well-rounded. If you can find one at the right price, I'd recommend trying to get the Rally model. It comes with upgrades like a larger tank, better fairings, and improved brakes. Personally, if I were buying another one secondhand, I'd choose the 250L over the newer 300L and put those savings into mods. With the right protection and comfort upgrades, the 250L can be a fantastic lightweight ADV bike. Over the years I owned it, I took it everywhere, commuting to work, riding single track, and even camping trips. It's a perfect 50-50 machine and an ideal bike for beginners or experienced riders looking for a low-maintenance adventure machine. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe for more dual sport content. Let me know in the comments if you've ridden a 250L or if you're thinking about getting one. Until next time.